Tengo contadas las horas, tú es mi vida, eso es toda mi aurora. Lo que quiero es amor, nada de compasión, no lo sé si...
Good morning from Twin Falls, Idaho. So you can see it's raining. This is the last leg. We're heading home. I'm glad it's raining, actually. I'm tired of looking at bugs hitting the car. The good thing about the rain is it pushes the bugs off. So, first thing we're gonna do before we get home, especially with this kind of weather, is find a Starbucks, because the coffee at the hotel this morning was shit. It was bad. I'm also glad I'm going home, because though I love the free breakfast when I stay at Fairfield, I'm a little sick of waffles and scrambled eggs. I think I'm over it. So I'm glad to be going home. Besides that, otherwise the trip is good. We found the coffee. We found the Starbucks with the drive-thru. Look at the line. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. We got our coffee. I had to go to yet another Starbucks. This one had no line, and pulled right up. Got my coffee in less than 2 minutes, as it should be. I love going home. I really miss my dog, especially my little Shih Tzu Leo, my best friend. He's getting a haircut today, so he's getting freshly groomed for when his daddy comes home. That sounded creepy, didn't it? Yeah, who cares? I love my dog. I don't care how creepy that sounds. I just left Twin Falls, Idaho. Twin Falls, Idaho is, I didn't think it was that far. It's 100 miles south of Boise, Idaho. I thought it was closer, but it's 100 miles south of Boise. According to GPS, I'll be home in 7 hours and 40 minutes. Compared to some of the longer drives I've done on this trip, this is 7 hours, 40 minutes, no big deal. But I'm just tired. Just tired today. Just want to get there. And fortunately, right now it's light rain. But it's not too bad. Speed limit's 80. Thank you, Idaho. Love it. Love it. Yeah, the speed limit should be 80, 85, even 90 everywhere. But I love speed limits of 80. It makes long distance driving easier, and more tolerable. I don't know, some of you guys might not remember this if you're too young, but I remember it. We used to have 55 mile an hour speed limit in the entire United States. You talk about boring. Oh my God. It's actually 55 miles an hour is dangerous. It is so dangerous, because you're probably going to crash, because you're going to fall asleep at the wheel of boredom. It is a dangerous speed. You should never have a speed limit of 55 miles an hour. Let's start that campaign. Let's raise all the speed limits. We need 100 mile an hour speed limits in the United States. This country is so huge, so vast. We've got a lot of ground to cover. It takes a long time to cover it at 50, 60 miles an hour. Plus, on the plus side, oil companies will be happy, because at 100 miles an hour you use more gas. So we'll be filling up a lot more and adding more dollars to our economy. So I think 100 miles an hour speed limit is a good thing for our economy. Who's with me? So on my trip so far, which state had the best roads? I'm going to give that one to North Dakota for the best roads. And Idaho is a very strong second. Almost, I would actually say Idaho is tied for first with North Dakota for the best roads. I mean, look at this road. It is in perfect condition. It's immaculate. 80 mile an hour speed limit. You can do it easily and then some, because the road is so nice. Montana also has 80 mile an hour speed limits, but I was kind of Montana. Some of the Montana roads are not great. I think 80 is actually probably the fastest you should go on some of the roads, because some of the roads are not very good. Wyoming had really good roads as well. I went to a couple construction zones in Wyoming because it's obvious they're spending money on infrastructure and trying to maintain the roads. That's not the case in some of the other places. Worse roads, that's easy. When I was going around St. Louis, the highways around St. Louis are patched like nobody's business. They're bad. They're rough. And St. Louis easily had the worst roads. For highways. Now, those are all highways. Now, what's the best roads I've been on in this entire trip that are not highway or freeway roads? That's super easy. Tail of the Dragon, Cherry Hollow Skyway, all those back roads in Tennessee, North Carolina, to the Appalachian Mountains, all of them amazing. It's like they're from heaven. That I miss about living in Germany on the Autobahn, this rarely happened. You're clipping along at a nice rate, and in Germany the truck drivers have a speed limit. They're not allowed to get in the left lane most of the time, and two, they have a speed limit on the back of their truck that says how fast they can go, and they're not allowed to go past that or they can get fined. In the US, they don't have that. So in the US, truck drivers just pull out in front of you and block you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do because they're bigger. Alright, I want to show some people out there how to drive. You get in the left lane to pass. Once you pass the car, you get in the right lane. You don't ride in the left lane. Left lane is for passing only. Right lane is for driving. That's how they do it in Germany, and that's how it's supposed to be done here in the US. Just saying. This is the kind of thing that gets on my nerves. Speed limit's 80. Going 78-ish. Actually, I had to slow down. This guy was going slower. He's only going this fast now because he realized I'm behind him. But if you don't want to go speed limit, get in the right lane. I don't understand the love of the left lane when you're not even going the speed limit. I passed another car earlier. I passed a Subaru that was in the left lane. Nobody was in the right lane. Left lane, going slow. Wouldn't move out of the way, so I went around him. And actually, I take that back. I didn't go around him. He realized, oh, hey, there's somebody there. So I got out of the way, and I passed him. As soon as I passed him, what did he do? Get right back in the left lane, going less than the speed limit. I don't understand it. Why people feel like they own the left lane. Real quick. Welcome to Oregon. Woohoo! 5 hours to the house. We got this. Back in our home state. Awesome. Awesome. So we need to find a travel plaza, Love's, Flying J, TA, whatever. Put a little Go Juice in the car. Actually, we're on half a tank. We got plenty. Put some Go Juice in here. Take a pee break, stretch, get the blood circulating again. Continue on. It's 62 degrees. It's very nice. For those of you in the east, you don't know, when it's in the 60s in the west, it's very comfortable. You can wear shorts when it's 62 degrees and you won't freeze because of the low humidity. Oh, there's a Love's coming up. Perfect. Perfect time to stop. I haven't seen the sign. Fuel for the car. We got some fuel for me. We're gonna need some Subway because tired of eating little burgers and that kind of stuff. Subway, I guess if it's still fast food, but I guess it's on the healthier end of fast food. So we'll eat that. But it was also another reason I stopped was I've been doing I've been driving through Idaho where the speed limit has been 80 since last night, for hours on hours on hours. And when the speed limit's 80, you know you're going faster than 80. You get used to that. It becomes habitual. So I just crossed into Oregon a few miles back, and in Oregon the speed limit's 70. So now I've been doing 80 since last night and all day, all morning today. So it was good to stop, decompress, take a little break. So now that when I get back on the interstate now and the speed limit's 70, I've already broken my habit for the last few hours of going the speed I was going. So now I'm going a little slower, which is good, because the last thing you want to do on a long trip like this is get pulled over and get a ticket for speeding. Kind of just ruins everything. So we're gonna get back on the road, and we should be home in less than 5 hours, maybe. So here we go again.
Tengo contadas las horas, tú es mi vida, eso es toda mi aurora. Lo que quiero es amor, nada de compasión. No, no, no lo sé si tú sabes que te quiero pero no lo es. Yeah. Hola, quiero que tú sepas que te quise amar, pero la inmadurez me la jugó. Baby, eso no lo quería, no, no, no. Yeah, yeah. Hola, quiero que tú sepas que te quise amar. Solo una oportunidad, luego me voy. Sería chimba demostrarte quién yo soy, bebé. Superaba lo que te hice a ti. Pasará, me dijo la tristeza. Si tuviera replay cambiaría por ti, porque te amo, baby. Es que el corazón no entiende por qué hace tanto dolor. Fueron errores que te marcan y cantarán a grito la canción. Qué pena que esto se volvió una condena, pero eso no me frena, que fueras ajena. Yeah, yeah. Hola, quiero que tú sepas que te quise amar, pero la inmadurez me la jugó. Baby, eso no lo quería, no, no, no. Yeah, yeah. Hola, quiero que tú sepas que te quise amar. Solo una oportunidad, luego me voy. Sería chimba demostrarte quién yo soy, bebé. Soñé que era esos días que tenía tu compañía. Desperté y no era como antes, que los errores de mi vida nunca fueron culpa mía, y el destino quiso traicionarme, pero me di cuenta demasiado tarde que por esas vainas te perdí a ti. No estuvo en mi mente hacerte sufrir, ni en mis pesadillas dejarte ir. Yeah, yeah. Qué pena que esto se volvió una condena, pero eso no me frena, que fueras ajena. Yeah, yeah. Hola, quiero que tú sepas que te quise amar, pero la inmadurez me la jugó.
A little stretch break. I was getting sleepy. I think I need to stop at the next rest area. Actually, I'm just bored. Stop at the next rest area and get me a coffee. So, hey, look, there's cows behind me. Right up the hill. Grazing cows. So we came that direction. See the tractor trailer? We're going down there, zigzagging around that. And you can see the highway just keeps going off into the distance. That's where we're going. 3 hours it is. Three and change. Probably gonna stop one more time at the travel plaza, get a coffee, use the facilities, keep rolling. First thing we do when we get home is wash this car. God, that thing is dirty. It's not the dirtiest it's been on this trip, but it's pretty dirty. I mean, the rear wheel and the front wheel look like they're different colors, and that's just from the brake dust. I will say one thing I put on here, I am pleasantly surprised. I'm so glad I put on was these. Not because of the way they look, but because of the way they function. They work so well. Actually, coming down from the Tail of the Dragon, one of those really tight mountain roads, there were some branches sticking out, and I heard it hit the car. And when I went to go look, I said, all right, the car's going to be scratched on the right side. I know it is. And I went to go look, it hit the stone guard. So it did its job. So not a bad investment for $40 on eBay. Get back in the car and start rolling because it's chilly out here. Every time I see this part of look at all the boats out there in the water. I'm gonna be honest, I'm shocked. I have never seen the Columbia River this calm. Like earlier I recorded and it would look like glass. It's never like that. That bridge right there is this is I believe Banks Junction coming up. So on the other side of that bridge is a World War II monument, and it's a replica of Stonehenge, and it's right over there on the other side of that bridge on the Washington side. Stonehenge in Washington. Mount Hood, the Columbia River, Oregon on the other side. I'm gonna exit up here soon and take you on this little road that goes by it's US 30 by Multnomah Falls. I always got to be careful how I pronounce that. Multnomah Falls is it's a big waterfall east of Portland, right on the edge of where Portland ends, and but the back road, US 30 behind it, is spectacular. It reminds me a lot of the roads in North Carolina. So I think as a lasting gift before we hit the city, we're gonna go through there real quick. Oh, and by the way, I get the a-hole award of the day because I got impatient with traffic and I just started putting the hammer down and just cutting through cars and driving fast and stupid. Let's just say that. So that's okay. I accept that award for today. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank my right foot. It's been here for me the entire time. It's never let me down. I want to thank my brain for turning off. And I want to thank my ego for making me do it. Thank you. Thank you. Look forward to the next one. I used to have one of these. That's a Volkswagen Corrado. That is such a sweet car. Faster than a Porsche 944. All right, we just got off. There's I-84 right above us. We just got off. And this is the US 30. This was going to take us right by the falls. and it's a really nice road. We'll remind you. Hopefully, it reminds you of the North Carolina mountains. you guys enjoyed that. I know I did. There's a couple more curves coming up, but as you can see, we're ran into traffic. There's people, I just passed some people on a bicycle. There's people standing on the side. So, and the road's almost empty, or almost over, I'm sorry. This is about where the road meets back up with Troutdale, and you jump right back on I-84. So there's not much more left to the road to really go to town on anyways. So that was my send-off to my entire trip. Doing that little bit of road was just the last reminder, if you will, of our great trip we had in North Carolina. Thank you so much, Mr. J. Reed, Mr. James McGrath, Auto Amateur, and I don't know why the GoPro cut off for whatever reason. Sometimes when I say something, it thinks I said stop, and it didn't. So thank you, everyone. best thing is I have dozens of roads like this in and around where I live. So though I will miss you guys, it's okay I'm not in North Carolina. I have plenty of roads in my own neighborhoods to drive around and pretend I'm in North Carolina. Alright, we're in East Portland. Made it home. Next stop downtown. I live like 5 minutes past downtown. So next thing you'll see is downtown. I've got to record this. This car is speeding, right? And it says, student driver, please be patient. Look at him go. Student driver. Go, student driver. Downtown Portland. If it was nighttime, you would see that sign, the white stag lit up. It says Portland, Oregon. Should still be able to see it. So the mountain or hill right here behind downtown with those antennas on it, I live right on the back side of that. I can see those antennas from my backyard. Made it home. All right, we're not quite home, but in case my GoPro dies, because it's dying fast. Let's see. We have got, how many miles do we have? We have 6,148. So let's just round it up and call it 6,150. That's how many miles I did since I left Portland September 26th to today, October 8th. I think today's 8th. 7th. Today's October 7th. Yeah. So September 26th to October 7th, I did 6,150 miles. Got to meet a bunch of new friends, had a hell of an experience. Got to ride roads that I've ridden on in motorcycles, and this is the first time I've done them at speed in a car, a super performing car, which I am blown away. And I don't mean just mine, I mean all of those Porsches that we had in the mountain roads. Just blown away the performance they were putting down. It was just something else. I tell you something you feel in a car that you'd never feel in a motorcycle. All the lateral G's. Good Lord. I got a new respect for Formula One and race car drivers with high G forces. Holy crap. On the motorcycle, I'll admit it. Some of the other guys who don't ride motorcycles don't, they said I'm crazy. But I honestly think the 10 times I went up there on a motorcycle, it was easier, physically easier to ride up there and ride those curves and go around those corners. A little more stressful because you don't have the balance of a car. You have to do everything yourself. But I think physically it was easier to go around the Dragon's Tail and Cherry Hollow Skyway on a motorcycle. It was definitely a blast to do it in a Porsche 911. Oh my God. So and the new friends I met and the shared memories, you know, that's priceless. What an experience. 11 days road tripping in a Porsche 911. See this portion weeks later, but that's okay. I want to capture it right now while it's fresh on my mind. So, would I do this again in my car? Absolutely, without a doubt. Did I have any mechanical issues with my 911 this entire trip? None. Nil.
I did go get the wheels rebalanced, but I didn't get that done before I left. So that wasn't an issue from the trip. That was just something that I forgot to do before I left, and really it was just a comfort thing. There was nothing wrong with it. Most of the wheels were only off by like 0.5 grams or something like that. It wasn't much. Is a 911 comfortable? Yeah, completely comfortable. I had zero body fatigue from these seats. I had zero comfort issues. I have plenty of space. I have a full, or not a full, I have a regular size carry-on. I got a carry-on bag, the kind of the roller kind, that hard-sided, that fits inside the overhead in an airplane. Got that in the front, along with a battery jumper, and air pump compressor, and a bunch of tools. So there's plenty of space there. In the cabin with me, I've got like 3 different jackets. I've got a couple pairs of shoes. I've got my backpack. I've got snack foods. I've got sanitizing wipes, paper towels, everything. Most importantly, I have Apple CarPlay. So Apple CarPlay worked perfectly. I was able to stream music, use Google Maps, Apple Maps, Waze, or Waze, like I like to say it. Wonderful. Was the best tool, the best addition that I had that I thought was invaluable was my radar detector. That one. The Valentine V1 Gen 2 was invaluable. Not that I was flying everywhere. I wasn't. But the few times that I was probably going a little over the limit, I had enough reaction time to slow down, and it was a non-issue. Was there anything I wish I would have brought? Not really, no. Oh yeah, one thing I did forget, and I had to actually go buy it, was my deep sockets. So I brought all my tools, and then I forgot my deep sockets, and that was to check torque on my wheels. There was actually nothing wrong with them. But when I started getting those vibrations, I wanted to be sure that my wheels were torqued properly. The last thing I want is a lug nut go flying off or something, or lug bolt on these cars go flying off. So, but no, there's nothing I wish I would. I'm sorry. There's one thing I wish I would have brought, and I regret it very much. I didn't bring my little dog Leo. You know, Leo goes, if you watch my other videos before this trip, Leo goes with me everywhere. He goes to work with me, he skateboards with me, and I 100% regret not bringing Leo. Would it have cost me a lot more money to bring Leo? Yes. It would have probably cost me minimum $1,000 to $1,500 more in hotel fees, in renting a different cabin that allowed pets, or renting a different hotel, those kind of things. It would have been significantly more money to bring Leo, and it adds to your trip, because you got to take him for a walk. You got to take breaks so he can take a break as well. Because just even though he's cute and cuddly and sitting in the seat, doesn't mean he doesn't want to get out of the car every now and then. So that being said, it was easier to not bring him, but that's I regret it. I regret it 100%. I wish I would have totally brought Leo with me. That's it. That's the only thing I wish I would have brought that I did not bring, was Leo. I can't make this up. This is the road from downtown to my house. How sick is that? Anytime I want to go from downtown to my house, I have to drive on this road. Poor me. That must totally suck. Not. Downtown to my house, 7 minutes via this road. I love it. I love it. The only thing you have to watch out for is, like you just saw a second ago, bicyclists. People like to go on this road on bicycles, which is fine, but it's dangerous because there's no shoulder, so they have to ride on the road, and cars are going at a faster rate than a bicycle, so your closing speed is pretty high, so it can become dangerous. We made it home. Finally! From the garage. We are home. Oh, I see. Claudia does not know how to park. I can't get in the garage now. So, 6,154 miles. All right, let's park this. How dirty is this car? Look at this. Ugh, filthy. Filthy. Camera doesn't show, but it's filthy. Look how dirty this thing is. Yeah, it looks better in the picture than it really is. It's filthy. But that's not the best part. Let me show you the best part of coming home after being gone. This is the best part. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, this is my best friend. This is who I should have brought on the trip with me. Bella, you're a good boy. That's my best friend. All right, so you've heard that saying, better to have and not need than need and not have. I'll show you what I had with me on the trip. So I had that roller in here, but I also had T-handle and Star, Allen and Star T-handles. I had S-wrenches. I had a socket set with a ratchet. I had another socket set with a ratchet. This one has I forgot what's in there. But anyways, I had two. I had deep sockets actually, which I had to buy. Torque and wheels, etc. Stay. Torque wrench. This is a socket Allen, I believe. Yep, socket Allen set. And socket T's. And adapters. Many adapters. And my jump box. That's also a air compressor, so I can pump up a tire. Has a light, also has USB chargers. So I had all of that and that inside of this car. All right, that's back to normal. That's how I normally keep it. I got some towels, I got some cleaner, waterless cleaner. I've got a polish in there, but I don't use it anymore. I just haven't taken it out. It's a ceramic spray. I'm not gonna use it unless I take off this, you can see here my PPF. So, which as dirty as this car, there you go, there's a good view of how dirty the damn car is. As dirty as the car is, the one saving grace to it is this is all PPF. So it all comes off and the car looks like new. I think it needs to be taken off anyways. I think it's the original PPF from this car. And one of the reasons I want to take it off is, even though it's dirty, show you a place right here. See right here? So, just clean this off. All right, so this is original paint. This is PPF. Original paint actually looks really good. PPF, not so much, even though it's dirty. Even if I wipe off the PPF, gets scratches super easy. The original paint actually looks really good underneath. So I think the PPF is out. It's time to replace it. Everything you just saw was filmed about from the September 26th to October 6th or 7th ish. Around those. So it's been about a month since I finished that trip. It was an amazing trip. Absolutely loved it. Met great people. Had lots of fun, tons of fun. I didn't mind putting the mileage on my car. Another reason why a Porsche 911 is a great car, because you can do that. You can just jump in it, throw a bag in there, throw a suitcase in there, and go for a ride. If you notice behind me, there's my blonde pillow there. She was like, here. Nala, what's your face? Can't tell what, oh, there it is. Can't see what ends her face. We've already talked about doing another trip like this in May of 2022. It'll be Auto Amateur, myself, Mr. J. Reed, and then we'll confirm some more people as we get closer and we iron out the details. This time I'm not going to go all the way to North Carolina. That's a bit far. This time we're going to meet in Billings, Montana. We're going to have meetups in Salt Lake City. I'm sorry, Denver, Colorado, and Salt Lake City. We probably had some more, but details will come out early next year probably as we start planning it more formally. Might try to change the format. Instead of doing a long videos like this where I did multiple episodes, we might just do it into daily vlogging. One of the reasons I decided to make it into multiple episodes was when I first started making these videos, I just assumed, okay, I'll make part 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And as I was making it, I realized how much content I had. I mean, this video alone that you're watching right now is an hour long, and I cut it down. At some point, you can't cut everything out, because you cut out everything, you lose the context. So I had to leave some stuff in there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know there's parts of it that are a little bit on the boring side, but this channel that I have is about adventures and stuff you do. The next few videos after this will probably be all DIY stuff. We may have some adventure stuff. I may take a trip December, January or something, and we'll see then. But the next couple videos will probably more than likely be DIY items that we're doing, or reviews of products. At this point, I'm not getting anything for free, so don't expect to see 100 reviews of 100 products, because I'm paying for everything out of my pocket. So thank you for everyone who watched and taking this journey with me. I greatly appreciate it, and look forward to the next one.